Hi guys, it's Danny. Alrighty, today we have an exciting video, and I know I was supposed to upload this yesterday, but I'll tell you all about it at the end. I had major problems with the courier on these guys, and I did actually shoot a video yesterday, but I was just so angry and I didn't have natural light because it was dark already. And I rewatched that video today and I don't like it. I don't like how I am and how the light is and so on. So I'm gonna redo the video. So this is not an unboxing, this is what I was planning, but I'm gonna present to you these beautiful orchids that I received from my viewer Ana Maria. And right now I'm just so happy to have these orchids, so I'm gonna tell you about each and every one of them. I have a list with what they are, so let's get to it. So I'm gonna start with the smallest ones. I'm gonna talk about the setup you just saw tomorrow. These orchids, first and foremost, are back divisions or small divisions from seedlings that Anna received from Orchids and More. If you've watched Gardening at Duenza's videos, you know they kind of have the tendency to send multiple little orchids together in a clump rather than a big mature orchid sometimes. So yeah, she woke up with a whole bunch of orchids and divisions and so on, and she sent them to me. They're recent purchases. They need TLC. Most of them do not have roots, but we're gonna manage. Alrighty, so she actually put labels on them with numbers, and I have a list with what everything is. So this little beauty right here is an Cattleya El Hatillo. This is purchased from Oncidium too, and Anna says she grows multiple bulbs at a time. And I already see here a cute little new growth trying to develop. I also see multiple eyes, so I'm not worried about this one, if it's gonna make it or not. All I need to do is just keep it moist and everything should be just fine. Anna did ask me at some point how many available eyes do Cattleya have. Well, anywhere between 2 and 4, and actually more, and I have a case I'm gonna show you. So don't worry about the eyes, they're gonna find a place to sprout something new. Alrighty, so this has been the first orchid. Let's carry on. Okay, this little girl right here, she's a beauty. I'll also add pictures and the name of these orchids on the screen. So this is a Cattleya amethystoglossa pink powder puff crossed with Suzie Q. And this is 2 years from blooming. This is how she received it, and this is just one of the little plants that came with the plant she ordered. And I do see available eyes, so Anna, don't worry about Cattleya orchids. Really, they will find a way. It is now my duty to actually make them hydrated and keep them in a warm and kind of humid location. So I really love this one. It's gonna take a while until we're gonna see flowers. But isn't this just gorgeous? Tiny, bifoliate. I love it. I just love how it looks like. Okay, out of everything, to be honest, this looks the worst, and she did tell me that some of them are really looking bad and she doesn't know if anything will sprout, but I told her, you know what, if you plan on throwing them away at some point, might as well send them to me. Why not? So this is a Cattleya Sophia Martin crossed with Thospol. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm reading this correctly. Crossed with a Chlan-Tzy. So she received it without roots and in a pretty poor condition, and this is just a part of it. And I don't know. I do see some eyes here. They don't look so great, but you never know. What I'm thinking with this one is that I will try to put it in a sort of a casserole to keep it really moist and see if anything sprouts, because this indeed looks the worst. The other ones look fantastic. So yeah, it's a shame. It's a beautiful orchid, but it's a nice little project. So we're gonna see what to do with this one. Okay, this little baby here is not a Cattleya. You're gonna notice that most of these orchids are Cattleyas, which is fabulous because they're just immortal. They bounce back so well, and really, spider mites don't really like Cattleyas. They will eat them only if there's no other orchid around. Other than that, they really didn't touch my Cattleyas at all. So this is an Oncidium Twinkle, but it's not just any type of twinkle. It is a tiny twinkle cinnamon. So this is an orange twinkle, and I just loved it. And she said that she received 2 plants in one pot and they didn't have roots. Hers looks pretty dehydrated as well, and she sent one to me, and we have a new growth right here. I'm not worried. These type of Oncidiums just sprout roots immediately if you keep them a little bit moist. So I love this one. Thank you so much. Already, this little baby, number 14, is RSC Mormilani Jewel Tiffany. And again, it was not in good condition for her either. I left these roots because they might still have some substance to them and they're kind of new, so maybe they'll help the orchid, but I'm not really sure. But the good news is this is the newest growth and we have available eyes. So again, I'm not worried as long as I try to keep them a little bit more moist, especially around this area. Everything should be quite okay. If I have a few losses, that's that. It's perfectly fine. But it's a new project, and as you can see, all these orchids are absolutely beautiful in the pictures. I'm really looking forward to caring for them properly. Because really, honestly, I love Cattleya orchids. I really do, and I think they're kind of taking the place of Oncidiums for me. I love Oncidiums as well, but Cattleyas, I'm just in love with them. I will do everything it takes to make them look pretty and be healthy. Alrighty, this little guy is Cattleya intermedia variety Queenie crossed with intermedia cerulean. I'm not sure about the picture that I will post. Maybe it's a cross that doesn't really have a picture. I am not sure, but just look at it. Again, such a pretty orchid. And actually the intermedia itself is a really pretty orchid, not the floofy flower type of one. And I'm sorry about that noise outside, but yeah. But it's really, really pretty. And with this one, even though I don't see any available eyes here, she might have available eyes in the back. So I'm really not worried. Pretty sure she will find a way to sprout a new growth. Alrighty, this is the Cattleya Chlan-Tzy Loddisong Summer Beauty. This is such a pretty, pretty one. Now, unfortunately, this was kinked here on transport. So yeah, they were really not careful with this box. It came open or damaged anyway. But it's okay. This is a new growth. Even if it loses its leaf, it's okay. The most important thing is right here. And as you can see, these bumps, yeah, they have the potential to actually grow. And this being a new growth and not having roots tells me that it might actually make roots pretty soon. So even if this leaf just goes away, it's fine. The roots are the most important thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to keep it moist, but this is such a pretty one as well. So here's another non-Cattleya orchid. I have two bulbs. This is the famous Lycaste aromatica, which should smell like cinnamon or something like that. I've always wanted it, but I couldn't find it on Twitter. So I'm really happy to have these back bulbs. Theoretically, it should have absolutely no problem in sprouting a new growth, maybe even some flowers. I don't know. Right now it is in its dormancy. This orchid is deciduous, so it should really look like that during winter time. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it moist or anything because right now she's dormant anyway. But yeah, I'm so happy. This is such a huge bulb and it has these eyes right here. I'm really not worried. So yay, I have a Lycaste aromatica, yay! And the last little thing, this is a Pleione maculata. And this is a bulb, one of her bulbs. Now I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this cool right now or I'm just gonna try to induce some growth already. This is such a pretty bulb. Just look at it, and the plant itself is beautiful. And actually she offered to send me more of these, but I told her that I'm really not sure how they will do in my new location. It doesn't really get that cold there, and these guys need a cold, almost freezing winter rest. But I kind of did want one bulb to try it out because the maculata is beautiful. So this is it. We're gonna see what to do. It's supposed to look like this. Don't worry about it. It always dies away. Every year the pseudobulbs die, the leaves die, and the new growth takes its place actually. So I really love how this pseudobulb looks like. Okay, moving on to some bigger orchids right now. This is the RLC and Cleo. I actually wanted to purchase this orchid, and this has a root sprouted, but unfortunately it got a little bit damaged on transport. That's fine because look at this. I have an eye here, I have an eye there, I even have an eye here. This is why I was telling you Cattleyas kind of find ways. I have an eye here, and I also spotted an eye right here under the root. So they find ways, most of them. I'm not worried. So thank you for this back division. It looks so pretty, especially that it has a tiny little root, so she's ready to start to grow, and she's a beautiful orchid. I'm not sure how many of these are fragrant. I'm thinking most of them. Cattleyas in general are kind of fragrant. This is why I kind of love them more than Oncidiums, well, apart from their beauty. Alrighty, this is a special one, Cattleya maxima. Oh my goodness. I've always wanted this one, and this one looks so good. We have an available eye here, and an available eye there, and of course 3 pseudobulbs. I am not worried. This one looks amazing. It's mature. I'm just waiting for some roots, and I think it's gonna create them pretty soon. So I'm really happy and thankful for this one. It's beautiful. I love the maxima. I do. And this is a species actually.